See how this goes. I haven't thought this through fully, so it's open for discussion. But planetary dynamics, particularly to do with the atmospheric force field generation. This, as we've talked about already, is the spindle of like an axle to that spinning globe or the sphere of the planet. This is a distributor cap. That's the equator plane. That's a distributor cap at the bottom. Now you notice that the upper horizon coincides with the distributor cap. So that's like the Tropic of Capricorn and Cancer, those two things on the planetary situation. So this up above the distributor cap is like the polar regions. They are a means of spreading the force field energy. Now you'll notice I've got these bits of cardboard on the end. I've got this, I have to try and describe, there's like a reeling or an accumulation of, for want of a better word, string, but it's really like a rope of electromagnetic thread. It's more than a string, it's twined together through this gyro spinning, twisting motion within the axle, comes out through the distributor cap, and somehow it's stored at either end of the direction of travel, that is, the direction of the orbit, whether it's to the left or whether it's from the right that it's come, as we look at this. So this sort of is like a fishing rod spool. It becomes a place where you can accumulate or add in potential energy to the system. So you have one of these at either end of the gyro mechanism that's for navigation. And it's from these you have to send out a cast, like a fishing rod, to send it to the destination in the direction you're going, and you spool out from the aft one to the place you've come from. So you use the gravitational and solar wind interaction between the Earth and the Sun to travel in the light, and this spooling out along the thread that you've created is the thread of the central axle is wound up with this section, the vertical axle, but it also has a universal joint because it's got sort of a cross in the middle, a universal joint between the vertical and the horizontal axles. And on each axle is like wheels, and they are, hopefully if I can explain them as best I understand them, other people may have good ideas too, but it accumulates like a potential energy of thread or rope around this reel at either end. That's what you have to set up with a spaceship on a large scale. So travelling in the light depends on the size of the ship, the mass accumulated from that energy that it is capable of handling. That limits the range and allows you to spool out from the destination of Earth, which is the anchor of the ship in a light energy sense, because the ship has to be permanently anchored. You can't let it float around in space, and to manoeuvre in space is a matter of manoeuvring this apparatus of the universal joint through the double clutching mechanism at the top and bottom through the hemispheres. I hope this is of some value to someone because it's really interesting to me and I'd like to see how it works out, but it's got a lot to do with terraforming Mars if they want to do it that way. But this is all dark energy in the sense that you don't see it. It's hidden in the core of the planet, and I'm trying to produce it as some sort of physical apparatus here to allow understanding to be further for all people. I don't I don't know everything, and I'm happy to hear what people say. Anyway, I'll see you some other time.